I turn this into this. Alright guys, so I've had this rigid shop vac for about, I want to say 5 or 6 years. I used to have a small dust collection system that I made myself, connected to it in my old house. Now I'm in a new house. I built myself a workshop, a small workshop, nothing big. But I don't have the space to put a huge dust collection system. So I went online, I started searching, I saw some ideas, and what I came up with was very similar to some other people have built. So I'd like to show you what I did. So this is my old shop bike. So this probably has the oldest style for, holding its tools and accessories or whatnot. So when I did the measurement, what fits in there, it's a 1.5 inch PVC pipe. And this was actually by far the easiest thing that I had to do. I don't have to do any extensions. I don't have to do any couplers or adapters, nothing. 1.5 inch pipe fit in there very tightly, perfect. So what I did was, what you need for this build is 4 37-inch long 1.5 inch PVC pipe. So this is 1.5 inch, 4 of them for each leg, 37 inches long. You definitely need a bucket from Home Depot, because I got this Dustopper, which is, I believe, I don't know if this is a Home Depot brand. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I looked at the Cyclone. I've looked at so many different things. Cyclone just sits so high off the bucket. They'll sit about this high, and I don't want it to be that high. I don't know. So I wanted something a little bit more compact. I read some reviews on this. It seems to be working, but we're going to give it a try just to see how it's going to work with this setup. And how I'm going to tie all this together is I cut this piece out, which is... let me get my measuring tape. Let me see. I didn't even measure it, to be honest. I just marked it. So this is 19 by 19 piece of wood. 19 by 19. The diameter for this is 11.25. 11.25 diameter for it to fit a Home Depot bucket. And what I found out was that the Lowe's bucket is actually smaller in diameter than the Home Depot bucket. So that was pretty interesting, because first I put the Lowe's bucket in there and it fit very loose, and as soon as I put the Home Depot bucket in there, it fit sort of snug. And what you need is one of these. This is a 1.5 inch. Let me see if this one can focus on. It's not gonna focus. There we go. 1.5 inch. I don't know what these fittings are called, to be honest with you, but you want the one that has the twist top. But I'll link everything down below so you can actually easily grab them. But you know what? Let's actually set this up. Let's see how it's gonna come together and how it's gonna work. Alright, so let's start assembling this thing. First, let's take off all the tools, all the stuff that we don't need. And we're gonna put the PVC pipes in here. Now, only thing is, if you want to paint these PVCs, which I may do later down the line, or I might just do it now, I don't know, it's up to you guys. If you wanted to match your shop color, or if you wanted to match your vacuum, orange and black. By the way, guys, this is not an advertisement for Home Depot or the rigid vacuum. These are all the stuff that I've owned previously that I am going to show you how this thing works. And then we're gonna put these adapters on. Alright, get our topper, match up the holes. And just twist and tighten. This is, I believe it's a 1/2 inch plywood. I'll measure it right now. It's a 1/2 inch plywood, and it fits perfectly. So it's pretty rigid. Let's see. Yep, 1/2 inch plywood. And here's the moment of truth. It fits in there perfectly. And then we're gonna get these. We're gonna fit them in here. So you're gonna have to figure out the sizes for your attachments, because some of you guys may have the larger attachment. So you're gonna have to figure that part out on your own. I'll give you mine, but I mean, you know, it might not work for your application. All right, so look how tall this stands right now. And if you can see, let me move the camera up a little bit, maybe you can see how high it sits. So now it sits this high. And now we're gonna put the Dustopper on. All right, so let's open this. Let's see what's in the box. We got 209 connectors, a hose. This goes from the vacuum to the dust hopper. And this is, I believe, about 52 bucks, $51 now. You know, given how everything's getting more expensive by the day. It's a very simple design, actually. It's not a very complicated thing. So, yeah, interesting. You got your manual, which it shows right here. If you guys can see it. How you connect everything. All right. So this is where the vacuum gets connected. So you put this like this. All right, let's actually put it on the vacuum itself and go from there. Okay guys, so we're gonna install this. Let's see how tricky this thing is. And we're done. That wasn't that bad. Next step is connecting the fittings and the hose. So first we're gonna use this. So you see this this part, which has had a bigger opening. This is where the hose goes, and this part goes on the attachment itself. And then we're gonna get the hose, and then since my vacuum, it's an older model, I had to get a coupling to connect because this doesn't fit my vacuum, so I had to get the coupling. So please look into that before get all frustrated. Oh, I'm missing something. Make sure you have all the parts necessary when you are installing this. So let me move the camera just a little bit so you guys can see where the hose connects. So let's do this. this here. Put this there. I just saw an animal, and like that. And there you have it. This is how it connects. It's pretty snug, but we still have to test it to see if it's working. So be right back. All right, guys, we're gonna put these to a test, and let's see how this dust collection system will perform. Okay, so I just ran some boards through the planer, and I'm very anxious to see what's inside. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. Wow. But you should look inside. Look at the shavings inside. And I bet you the vacuum cleaner is empty. So we're gonna look at that too. And with that, it's easy. Just unscrew these. Put that aside. Take this trash can off. And you don't have to do this every single time. This is just to show you guys what the vacuum cleaner is going to look like after, you're done with the job. And this is, when the bucket is not full. So this is the whole point. You don't want to keep cleaning your vacuum cleaner. This is the whole point of the dust collection system. So you don't have to keep cleaning the vacuum, cleaning the filter. So let's see how much dust is actually in the vacuum itself. And I'm not going to take the legs off either. So let me move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see. But take this off. Give me some little room to play. Moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. It is empty. There is some dust. It is going to get some dust in there, but I don't have any shavings in here. So the fine particles definitely going to fly in. There's no way to stop it. Unless you put 4 or 5 step filter system, you're going to have small particles go through the filter. But that's the whole point. You want it to catch the smaller particles, but you don't want to catch the big ones. So that way your filter doesn't clog up all the way. So let's see how I think about this. Let me adjust this. There we go. Overall, I like the system. It does what it's supposed to do. Total cost with the Dustopper, the wood, the PVCs, and all that stuff is about 70-80 bucks. You might have to get some fittings for your vacuum, depending on which model vacuum you have. This will work with other vacuums as well. Unless you just have to make sure the leg of the vacuum has that little place for the attachments and all that stuff. So if you have the rigid vacuum, if you have the newer ones or the older ones, this is how you can actually get it to work, fix, and it works. It absolutely works. The best part is if you don't have a big shop, like me, I have a very small shop. I have a 10 by 20 shed that I use, and it works great. It saves me space, and I don't have to worry about running out of space. And it's very sturdy, so I could pull it around, push it around, and whatever. So I hope you like this video, guys. Please share, like, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Peace out.